Many people have come to me for coaching because they want to improve their confidence. This is a common problem or challenge many of us are going through. We feel like we lack the confidence or the self-esteem or the ability to do things that we want to do because we're not good enough. So in today's video, I want to talk about how you can improve or build your confidence. If you don't know who I am already, my name is Michael Tabarani, high performance coach and mentor. I feel like I said that so weird, but whatever. And I help self-starters and ambitious professional millennials increase their productivity, enhance their performance, realize their priorities, and live their life on purpose. Now, if this is the first time you come to my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, all the links are in the description below. Now, let's get into the video. Now, confidence is a big topic. I mean, if you don't have confidence, it's very hard for you to do many things. It leaves you feeling anxious if you don't have it, or depressed, or feeling like there is something missing. Confidence is also infectious by nature. And so if confident people walk into the room, you usually see there is something about them. Now, there have been times where people have said that I'm a confident person. Now, I don't necessarily recognize this myself, but if that's what people are saying and I realize that pattern, then there's obviously something there that I need to understand and break down to see how I can utilize it in different situations. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about you guys. How can you improve your confidence? I think what's important is that you need to be very clear about what you believe as an individual. I think that's at the crux of it all, because if you believe that you're not good enough, if you believe that you don't have the right level of worthiness or whatever it may be, then you'll be in a position where you're not likely to be mobilized to do different things. And so your beliefs are really important. There is something in psychology known as, I think it's introjection. So introjection, or something like that anyway. So introjection is effectively where you basically take on the beliefs, the attitudes, the values of other significant people, okay? So that could be your parents, your siblings, teachers, colleagues, the law, whatever it may be. And so you form these as part of your beliefs without really formulating your own beliefs. So they become shoulds and must-dos and all these different things there. What ends up happening is that you don't have the time to really boil down what you believe as a person. And so part of the whole personal development journey is to get to a stage of understanding what you truly believe and accepting those beliefs that you've taken on if you wish to, based on your beliefs. So that's the first step. Get clear about what your values are. Get clear about what you believe as a person and stick to that alignment. The second thing is, and I spoke about this in a previous video, is that you have to be honest to self. I mean, it's very hard to be confident if you're in a space where you're not actually owning up to the stuff that you're not doing or you haven't necessarily been good at or whatever it may be. And so that honesty grounds you. It links back to the beliefs. It grounds you in such a way where you can actually basically cut out the rubbish and be efficient with the way you move about life. Okay, so that's the second thing. The third thing I'll probably say, I guess it's important to make sure that you're surrounded by the right sorts of people. Birds of a feather flock together, as they say. So if you're flocking around the right sort of people and all that kind of stuff there, whether it's accountability buddies or mastermind groups or friends or whatever it may be, they have to be people that are on your team. They need to be your personal ambassadors, as they talk about in the book, The Go-Giver. I mean, I love that book. If you haven't checked it out, great recommendation from one of my friends. But you need to have a squad of people who have your best interest at heart, not because you're keeping score, because if you're keeping score, as the book says, you're basically a creditor. You're not even a friend. You're a creditor. You're waiting for that 50-50 sort of like swap. No. You need people who have got your back regardless. That naturally makes you feel confident. They can tell you about yourself when they need to, but they can lift you up and empower you when it comes to those things. So if you're not surrounding yourself, you don't have those people in your corner, you need to start thinking about who is my personal squad who can elevate me and push me in the right direction, who have me at the back of their mind and offer their services, and it doesn't have to be business related, when it comes to time when I need them. Another thing to think about, I think we're on number 4, is really make sure that you understand what it is you're trying to execute on. I mean, when it comes to research, when it comes to understanding a concept, I'm relentless in making sure that I absorb myself in that specific thing, especially if I'm interested in, or if I'm passionate about it, or if I have a liking to it in some way, shape, or form. I mean, preferences are important here because you need to be clear about what you like, what you don't like, and what you're willing to compromise. But what I'm saying here is that you need to be able to be an avid learner. Dive into a topic, really understand the nuts and bolts of it, because if you can be an expert in it, if you can really understand what it's about, that gives you a certain level of confidence, because a lot of confidence is based on knowledge and belief. Okay, so build your knowledge, build your expertise, build your skills, which comes to the next thing: practice. Practice, 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 practice makes perfect. When it comes to public speaking, usually what I do is, let's say, for example, I've got a presentation. I'll do out the presentation. I may even write it out. Then I will do the presentation at least once or twice or 3 times, record myself and listen to myself or watch myself doing it, so I can pick up those different nuances and understand what I didn't do so well, what I would do better, etc., etc. That way I have something to reference. But do I try to follow that thing completely? No way, because I'm confident. Okay. Now, I didn't mean to say it from an egotistical point of view, but what I'm saying is that I'm confident enough to trust myself. That's what I'm saying. And you have to learn to trust yourself. The only way you can learn to trust yourself is to try, is to take action, is to experiment, is to express, because then you can use that expression, those trials, or whatever it may be, as data to understand if you're actually doing well based on your expectations, or if you need to improve. That's the only way you're going to know. So that's how confidence can improve also. Now, there are a whole bunch of other stuff. Some people may say, you know, you need to dress a certain way, maybe go to the gym, and your body needs to feel a certain way. And I think all of those things are really important. But these other things I spoke about are crucial as well. Now, let me just quickly talk about the health side. I think if your body is treated like a temple, as they say, and you're having a careful diet, okay, maybe not too strict depending on who you are, but maybe you want to go strict, you're naturally going to feel more energy. I remember when I was a pescatarian for about 2 years, I had so much energy. I remember when I had a strict diet that didn't include any of my intolerances for about just under a year. I had so much energy that made me feel more confident. I had more motivation to do what I need to do. And so thinking about it logically, energy makes you more confident as well. When I have dairy or whatever it may be, I feel sluggish, I feel moody, I'm a bit rude. That naturally doesn't make me confident, but it doesn't make me, I guess my performance is low. And so thinking about it, your health is important. That contributes to your confidence. So thinking about all these different things, you've got beliefs and values, you've also got people around you, you've also got practicing, health. All of these different things contribute to improving your confidence. What I would say to you is practice in silence or in private or with trusted people to develop your skills. Most people are not confident when it comes to the speaking arena. And so here are some activities I would say that you should try to do. Practice doing a talk, okay? Maybe do a 15-minute presentation on the achievements that you've done in your life, or maybe on some sort of expertise or skill or topic or industry, and practice by yourself. Then what you do is practice filmed, okay, and listen to what you're saying, you're doing, your mannerisms, etc., etc., and then practice this in front of people. If you're brave enough, even post it on YouTube or whatever it may be. That's one way of doing it. Other activities include the gym. Maybe go to a gym or get a personal trainer or stick to some sort of workout for at least 6 months. I'm telling you, that will contribute to your confidence levels. Maybe another thing you could do is a book reading challenge. I'm doing that at the moment with a good friend of mine. And I'm telling you, I'm loving the knowledge, but it's making me confident in that specific field. So these are 3 things you could do already, okay? Whether it's related to the field that you're not confident in or not. But above all things, personal development is the thing that will get you more confident, okay? Whether that's coaching, therapy, experiential learning, joining my personal development hangout every Wednesday, or joining my group on the Mastermind Academy, link below. These are all things that will contribute to your confidence, because you need to be surrounded by people who can cheer you on and at least show you how you can improve as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this session. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, understand, reach, and expand. Peace.